Thank you for hanging out with us. It's your old pals Shram and Cash. You are listening to Derby Rocks. Feels good to be back. It's been a few weeks since I've been here doing this thing, but hey, we're here. We're doing it. It is. I'll say it's Wednesday, but we are here. What's going on, Cash? How are you, brother?
Oh man, it's nice to have you here with me. People
Thank
probably
you.
can't stand my speed reading through the beginning of the show. So it's great to have you. And plus, everyone's curious, it's like what's Tram been up to lately? So
Sure.
like so I'm excited that you're back and we are jumping back into this both feet in, as they
Yeah,
say.
definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're here. That's great. That's a good start. We tried to line up an interview. It didn't work out. The good news is next week though, we're gonna have a great interview with some folks from Concussion Roller Derby, the hosts of the MRDA champs coming up here soon. We just had new MRDA rankings come out and that whole bit. And we've got the brackets for MRDA champs. So it's very exciting. So we are going to replay an interview from last year's, before last year's champs that we had, or refresh my memory, Cash. You just looked it up.
Yeah. August 16th, 2024, Force of Nature from Tyne and Fear joined us. Force of Nature, who's actually on the board now for
Yeah,
MRD.
nice.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
yeah, it was a great interview. Really good insight into them hosting the champs as well. And they will be, and they're going to obviously be at this year's champs as well, So
Definitely. Yeah. So
it
it is,
was
it
it was
is
interesting because
topical.
it was live too when we did it. So what it was like 7 o'clock on a Friday, and I don't know what time it was there, like midnight. I think he said you'll hear us talk about it when the interview.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a 6 hour difference or even later. So
Yeah,
it was a great interview, and we certainly appreciate Force for doing it with us. And now they're on the MRDA board, as you mentioned, so we definitely appreciate that.
yeah,
But yeah, it is a topical interview, so we're going to replay that. The good news there is it's like 35, 37 minutes. So you're not going to have to hear us talk too much. We are going to get to our weeks here soon. Um, it's been a little while since I've been here. I just want to take a second, and I'm not going to delve into too much of why I've been gone, but I'm just gonna, remind folks it's never bad or never in poor taste to be kind and be thoughtful individuals. Um, don't go out of your way to make life miserable for other people is a pretty good thing to say. I feel too. I recognize I'm getting on my soapbox, and I am an imperfect person myself, and I've made mistakes. But yeah, just don't be a crappy person. Don't make it like your goal to be miserable towards people. So kindness is important. Being thoughtful, being there for people. Now more than ever, it is a rough time for so many of us, just for the climate in the world, the climate in the actual weather, like just a rough time overall for a lot of people. And keep that in mind that kindness goes a long way, and you never know what somebody's dealing with, and you never know what people are going through. So just being like an accepting, kind person is extremely important.
yeah. That's a great way. Had to address things that were going on in the world the last few weeks, and I
Sure.
always
It's been a
you know,
while. Yeah.
I mean, working in radio, I feel that for my most of my career that you can say a lot of things, and that everyone has that's freedom of press, which allows you to say what you want, and you have to and people don't have to agree with you all the time, and you don't have to agree with anybody. But you know what? That's why that's why we left our homelands and came here to the United States and stole the land from other people and then made up the Constitution and all that stuff. So,
Right.
and it's been crazy the last few weeks, and hopefully it starts to slow down a little bit. But man, it doesn't look like it's gonna, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean it's a weird time for so many reasons. So keep your head up,
Yeah.
try and get through it the best you can, and yeah, be kind while you're doing it.
Yeah, remember karma, always comes back,
Sure, sure, absolutely.
So yeah, that,
I will say we're like almost to spring. Geez, we're almost to fall here. Summer is winding down. It's a reasonably cloudy 66-degree evening here. We are almost through September. We've got spooky season right around the corner, so that's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to doing a little bit more like Halloween-ish stuff with Anderson. So we've got some stuff planned coming up that we're looking forward to. So that is your Rochester weather report as well. It is a reasonable 66 degrees according to my computer.
yeah, it's and at times it's been pretty consistently warm the last few days. We're getting like rain now, and it only took all summer for us to get some rain in Rochester. So all those brown lawns probably aren't going to, spring back from one little,
No, 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 not really. Yeah.
one little bit
Mine
of spring.
is in the process of dying off, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't know if I'm gonna have to mow one more time or not.
Yeah, I think I might have to, but it's like, well, it's a little bit of, I did not catch people up with the weather in the last couple of weeks. So it's good that we let them know that.
Yeah,
And fall's beautiful in this area. If you ever want to come up here and look at the leaves, man, there are just some incredible places. Got like some great, like they have, obviously some hay rides going on, and all that holiday stuff is starting now, which is pretty cool. I like that,
for
except for
sure.
the pumpkin flavored stuff. No, thank you.
Yeah, not my thing. I'm right there with you on
Yeah.
cash. That is something that I will die on that hill for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no I can live without pumpkin flavored beer or pumpkin
Sure.
flavored anything. So,
Yeah.
except for
I'm,
pumpkin
I'm
pie.
weird though too because I really like candy corn.
Yeah, I like pumpkin pie. That's about it.
I don't even really like pumpkin pie. I will have about one piece a year between Halloween and Thanksgiving, and that's about it. And then I'm good. And I don't even need it. Like if it's around, I'll eat it. But
You'll try it and like, oh, that's why I don't eat it all.
yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Thanks.
Yeah, yum yum yum.
Yeah, that's funny. Awesome. Well, it's been a little while since I've been on. I'm gonna do my week when I get there, in no particular order because I can't remember it. But I'm gonna tell you a bunch of stuff from the past 3 weeks. But why don't you tell me what's been going on with you and
Okay.
some of the fun that you've been having?
So the fun I've been having, well, I actually did something roller derby centric last weekend. Last Saturday, I went to Rainbow Rink in Lockport, New York, which if I had known there was a second one, I wouldn't have went to the Tonawanda one the first time.
Oh
And so,
no, you went all the way to Tonawanda first?
yeah, so thank goodness I was there early enough that I didn't really miss anything. But
Yikes.
yeah, yeah. So, but I went to the one in Lockport, and I like it. Nice floor in there. QCRD was playing the Steel City teams. They had the Beamers, which were their B team, and the Steel Hurton, which is their A team. I got to see. I saw a few people that had been on the show, that were there.
Nice. Yeah, definitely.
There's a few people I want to get on. I would love to get Zora on sometime. I was thinking about that because I've seen Zora play with Pittsburgh with a couple other teams in the past. And but it was a good time, man. It was great. I got to announce with Viola De Rola, who wants to come on the show sometime. Showed interest, especially after I plugged it. I mean, I was there. They now get this. The first game started at 6:30, so the last game was over at about 10:30. It was like I never usually do Derby that late. So it was because then I had to go visit my daughter very quickly because she had surgery during earlier that week,
Oh
and
no.
was recovering from some stuff. So I went to visit her in Buffalo after that, and it was like 11 after 11 when I got there, and I felt bad. I didn't stay very long, but
Yeah,
she,
I mean, I don't blame you. I'm sure she didn't mind either at
no,
11. Like, hi, bye.
yeah, her husband had already gone to sleep, and but she had some gifts for me because the next day was my birthday, and which was last Sunday, and that was a real chill day for me. I mean, my team was playing football someplace. I did not get to see them, but it would have been nice. I guess I could have made an effort, but
It's fun.
I did see the Bills game last Thursday. That was pretty cool, man. Stomping on the Dolphins. So
Yeah.
you know, they're 3-0 Buffalo Bills, but my team being the Commanders, they did win pretty handily. I kind of figured it, but then you know Sunday night, my son he had me over for dinner, and he made steaks and mashed potatoes and stuff. So it was really ate terribly for the whole weekend. I mean, good terribly. You know, it was like it's steak and mashed potatoes, and then this week we're jumping into it. Back to regular work Monday through Friday. So I'm excited about that. I am going to be NSOing tomorrow for Rock City. They're doing a scrimmage, a first scrimmage of the new season, off season. I can't remember what it said, but uh, you know, I like to catch up with everybody, and everybody was so kind on Facebook and other places, sending me messages about my birthday, wishing me a happy birthday. So I appreciate that, and thank you, Chris, for getting to, you know, sending me one too as well. You know, it was, but yeah, it's, you know, I'm a little bit older, but not nearly as wiser, and still just as bad my vision is. So you know, but. Heck, that's what happens when you get old. So, hey, but that's about it for my week. So let's hear about some of your times because I know. Oh, also this weekend I'm
Yeah.
going.
So
I'm before that. I'm this weekend. I'm going to see Judas Priest and Alice Cooper in Saratoga. I'm going to drive there and come back that night. So I'd probably be home in the middle. Like,
that's too much for me, man. You're not getting home until like 3 in the morning. That's too long of a day for me.
yeah, me too. Really, it's like,
I've
but
done Albany once, and that was for Fallout Boy. So it was a pretty big show, and I don't know that I would do it again.
they had $30 grass seats, and they had a BOGO. So it was like,
Uh,
so I'm bringing my brother with me, and we're gonna go sit on the grass and you know, maybe get upgraded to seats or something. But yeah, so that's going on this weekend. So that's coming up. But so what about you?
fun. Yeah, man, it's kind of the same old stuff for me. Um, Lots of little things here and there. Finishing up my season at Live Nation, working more shows at the Montage. Just working all the jobs tomorrow. I'm actually doing a catering gig, so we've got a ton going on. Lots of new things happening with Anderson. He's just getting bigger and smarter and more active, and he can crawl and he can pull himself up on stuff, and he's just like, you know, a month or two away from pretty much walking, I think. So time is just flying by. He's learning a lot of stuff. We're doing a fair amount of walks around the neighborhood as well, which has been nice, getting him, you know, out and about doing some walking. Um, Trying a lot of new foods and stuff like that, of course, which is always an adventure. We just got him like a new like high chair, and he made a big mess with some avocados the other night. So it is um yeah, it is just always an adventure with that boy, which is a lot of fun. So we're really enjoying that. I don't know. There's just been a lot of little stuff. Like I said, we this past weekend we went to Fringe Fest. There was an event called like Sphere, which was like an aerialist kind of show that told a story. So these people were like suspended from a crane, and it was about like an astronaut and his spaceship, and he was either going to an alien spaceship or an alien planet, something like that. But it was all very cool to see different like aerial type stunts and things like that. People hanging from ropes, lots of fun lights and stuff like that, and cool shadows on the big buildings around Parcel Five. So that was very cool, a nice little like free thing to do with the boys. So that was cool. We've been to like the public market. That's where we got his new high chair, which we scored a really killer deal on. So that I love that. Love a good deal. We've been to the flea market. Um, we went to this thing called the Railroad Street Fest, which is over by the public market. They had like vendors and stuff like that. And one of them was like a tattoo shop that was doing flash tattoos. We made it too late to get a flash tattoo at the time. But they were like, hey, if you come see us on Saturday or whatever, we'll still honor it. So I actually got a little like Bills tattoo, little Bills logo just below like my knee. Um, Quick little Bills logo. So that was cool. Um, It's been a couple of years since I've had a tattoo. Always a good time. I worked the Blink 182 show that was back on September 11th, I want to say. So yeah, it's just I mean, there's been a lot of cool stuff going on. Just keeping busy. We're really loving um, all the stuff going on with the boy and just watching him grow and things like that. So it has been quite a treat. Yeah, things are just mostly good. We actually also saw Davey Darko, friend of the show, who's been on before. He is actually moving out of the country to Mexico for some time. There's really no return date in sight, so we kind of got to say our byes to him, our farewells or whatever.
Oh, bummer.
Family are still his kids and family are still in Rochester and stuff like that. So he's definitely not gone forever.
He's not
But
selling
he
his purple house, is he?
no, he's selling his house, so he'll always have a place to come back to at least. And yeah, it's good for him, sad for us, but it was great. He got to come over and he got to, spend some time with Anderson, and we just got to catch up and talk about a lot of stuff. So that was really nice. Um, we started working out again, which feels really good. I know I've talked about like my back problems and things like that. The goal for me is to hopefully get, my back strong enough again to where I don't have to worry about, these compression fractures or continued injury. And then that way, I might feel a little bit more comfortable playing and things like that. So we'll see if that works out. But it's nice to just be working out again. It's only been a couple of weeks, but we've been doing pretty regular walks on the days that we're not like lifting. We have like a decent set of equipment and stuff like that in the basement, which is pretty cool. So it's a little bit easier, especially with Anderson. We can just kind of all go downstairs and get a little bit of a workout in. So things have been going well, man. I'm not gonna lie. We all got things that we're dealing with, but we're on the right side of the daisies, as you might say.
Yeah.
Um, things are pretty good. We're happy and healthy over here for the most part, and moving forward. So, I've got a plan in place to hopefully get back to Derby. Um, and we'll just see how it works out. And the good news is there's always coaching and officiating and announcing and so on. So, there'll always be a place for me, but I'm real particular about playing, and you know how much I love it. So I'm hoping that I can continue on with that. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on too. This Sunday actually is one of the last shows at Darien, and for a little graduation present, I'm taking my niece. While I'll be working, she'll still get to go have some fun and enjoy the show, but she can come check in with me, and I'm not like, holding her back from having fun or anything like that. So she'll have a nice time there at the show. And then we have one more on Monday, and my season at Live Nation is over. But, there's always shows at the Montage. So I've got that going too.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's always something, and we'll see what the fall brings us. But like I said, we are doing pretty good over here, and just keeping it pushing.
Hey, what was the Shrek thing like? You remember? Yeah,
Sure, yeah. So I worked the Shrek rave. It was
yeah.
it was a little bit goofy. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. So just people in like costumes, dancing to music from the soundtrack, some like remixes, lots of like sing-alongs and stuff like that. It was most definitely pretty fascinating, I will say. A lot of fun, that is for sure. So um yeah, definitely something to check out if you can. I've done like silent discos now and Shrek Rave. We've done like emo nights, and we've done like anime raves as well. So, there is an event for everybody out there. And if you're lucky, I will be working security. So,
There you go.
yeah, with that, why don't we take a break? We're gonna come back and we're gonna maybe, I don't know, how much time was that? Do we got to hit some news, or do you think we're
Let's
good?
hit some news real quick. We got about maybe a minute and a half or about 2 minutes. We
Why
can
don't
get.
we hit some news?
Okay, so I'll hit some news right now, real quick. Some closest bouts from last week. We had Rockin' City 148 over Texas 145. Whoa, 3 point, and Texas losing. Wow. I saw that Rockin' City, that was the one that that Freight Train used to play for, and Freight Train kind of brought it up in a post on Freight Train's Facebook page. So that was kind of like kind of a shocking score there. We had Palouse losing to FOCO 133 to 128. We had Wasatch beating Arizona 164 to 158. We had Minnesota beating Detroit 186 to 172, and Rocktown beating Dominion 230 to 215. Biggest upsets were the CCC T-Town beatdown, 187 over Roughneck 93, and Rockin' City beating Texas, of course. This weekend, there's a couple games. We got Vienna at the Hardbreakers from Prague, and we've got Savannah at Hard Knocks. So those are the games going on this weekend. We've got Minnesota. Our main roller derby this weekend is having their first home team bout of the year. That's 5 p.m. Saturday, Happy Wheels Skate Center. $12 to get in, free for a 12 and under. Check it out. It's the Shipwreckers will face off against the RIP Tides, our friends from Maine Roller Derby. They're going to be very busy in the next few weeks with, of course, the championship coming up, MRDA champs coming up in just a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's all the scores I got for you and all the games going on. I do have the grid for MRDA champs, but I think we got to hold it off till we get closer and make our predictions, you
We'll
know?
have plenty of time to get to that. No worries at all. We'll at least mention it next week or something, and we can
Yeah.
talk about the
We can talk about the matchups because there's some that are kind of a little bit, if you look at them, this is going to be an exciting weekend of roller derby. I'm excited for this.
yeah. I mean, it is certainly you get the 12 best teams or whatever it is, and yeah, I think it's going to be great. So
Yeah.
uh,
So
some teams who might be getting their first taste of postseason and stuff like that too, or at least it's been a little while, so it'll be fascinating to see how things shake out.
very cool. Let's go to break now. It's a good time.
Awesome. Why don't we go ahead and go break? You're probably not going to hear from us after this one. We're just going to come back and hit that interview with Force of Nature from Time and Fear Roller Derby. Um, or are we going to introduce it? What do you want to do? I'm being a
Let's
weird.
we introduce it kind of coming back, so you'll
All right,
hear. Yeah.
sounds good. We're going to hit a break. We'll come back. Talk to you in a second. You're listening to Derby Rocks.